the attention to detail that I saw in everything. I liked the modernization, I liked the classiness of the place. I grew up in a Navy family. We lived in the Philippines, multiple places in the United States, but this has always been the home area for us and our family farm. I'm from Belleville, Texas. This is where I graduated high school. I did my last 2 years of high school here. Did manage to almost marry my high school sweetheart here. And working on a ranch, making $4 an hour, branding cattle, painting fences, making hay, was not going to get that woman to college like I'd promised her parents. So I was trying to figure out other options, and I was like, well, you know, the Navy wasn't so bad for my pops. Maybe I could try that same thing as well. I looked at the options in the Navy, and at the time, a couple of my buddies walked in there and they said, hey dude, see if you can become a Navy SEAL. And I was like, what is that? I had no earthly idea of what it was. My dad basically bet me $100 that I wouldn't make it through because he didn't. So I collected that $100. You know, years of bouncing around, I was actually out on a submarine in the middle of the Pacific on a 6-month deployment. We were attached to a submarine as a SEAL platoon, and we're driving submersibles out there. And we were on water rations because the reactor took the priority of the water. But then I looked over my shoulder and I saw these officers coming out of the wardroom with starched uniforms. They had china, and we'd been eating off of styrofoam and paper plates for the last month. And I was like, how do they get to do that, Chief? He said, Wehrung, those are officers, and you ain't officer material. And I said, well, I'm just as smart as them. And I said, how do I do it? He said, you got to go to college, and you ain't no college man. And I said, we'll see about that, Chief. And then from there, I put in for a college application program with the Navy, and that's how I ended up at Texas A&M. And then after about a year of being there, figuring out that I could probably go aviation, which is really where I wanted to be. In 1997, I became a Navy pilot, or winged naval aviator, as we say. And I was pretty proud of that accomplishment at that point because, you know, all Navy student pilots work really hard to get their wings of gold, right? But that was a pretty defining moment in naval aviation, of course. Well, one of my friends there that I've become good friends with, who's now an aviation safety inspector for the FAA, said, George, I think you need to go to Nicholas Air. It's a good company, and I think you ought to check them out. And I said, well, you know what? Why not? Didn't know anything about them, but before I interviewed, I started watching all the videos, and I was like, this sounds like a company I really want to work for. The attention to detail that I saw in everything. I liked the modernization, I liked the classiness of the place. I liked the person, you know, of NJ and how he related to people. And I also seemed to get that feeling out of the other people that I would like to fly with as well. You know, I kind of told him I had a goal of being an instructor here, and I would like to be an instructor and whatnot in there. And he said, it's done, but effectively. He said, yeah, you know, once you hit your 6 months, then we can make you an instructor. He says, you know, we'll make that happen. And so from there, they quickly offered me to be a check airman. So I think that those are some pretty phenomenal accomplishments for being on property for less than 3 years. I'm pretty proud of those accomplishments, yeah. I think it's still a young company, and I still think that there's a lot of growth that's going to happen here. So you can kind of settle in where you want and have a great life as a post-second career from after airlines or after the military. You can come here and make a great living, have a great schedule, being a line pilot. But if you want, there are opportunities to move up into management potentially if that's something that you're interested in. So yeah, if you earn those opportunities, I think they could present themselves to you. The other things that occupy my time are obviously working on my airplane so that my wife can travel when I'm off rotation. So I'm just spent the last 5 months putting an engine back into my airplane when I'm off rotation. And so the airplane's flying now, and so we'll probably start taking trips here pretty soon, going to the Christmas party with the airplane, yes. And then the farm, the family farm always needs attention. There's always something breaking or needs repair or painting, or, you know, trees have got to be cut down and whatnot. So a farm always occupies a lot of my time. We want somebody that really is focused on our members and the mission and getting it done. To be successful, you need to take pride in how you interact with other people. And if you're that type of a person, you're outgoing, you're naturally exuberant, if you can do those things, you're going to have a really good success here at Nicholas Air. We're really wanting you to be successful. My name is George Wehrung. I'm a retired U.S. Navy pilot, currently a pilot, instructor, and check airman on the Phenom 300, and of course, a proud member of the Nicholas Air family.